A friend and I are taking our Tacomas into the Colorado trails so I can test out my new build.
I don't think that got bent.
Let's see if I can make it out of here in one piece.
It's kind of like a little San Juan.
Jesse and I aren't wasting any time this morning. We've got a lot of ground to cover, and we want to do most of this trail today. Aside from a few preparations for tonight, we're ready to get the tires moving.
What are you videoing?
Just B-roll. The truck's set up.
Okay, I was like, my shit looks like some flaccid penis right now.
I've been needing to really test this truck out in its new form. It's tall, it's wide, and it's heavy. And when it comes to a good off-road shakedown, there's no one better to go with than my good pal, Jesse. This morning was already busy around our camp, with several groups of 4x4s passing by and heading up and into the trails. Jesse and myself are typically out here for solitude, and busy trails are not our usual vibe. But with this place being closer to the city, we shouldn't be too surprised to see it. Hopefully at some point today we can find a campsite where we can hide. But for right now, we're just going to enjoy the scenery and any other spectacles along the way.
Was that them honking or somebody else honking at them?
Somebody honking at him. That was an airborne.
Oh, God. Me and Jesse hiked up this hill to try to capture some mountain goats. And then we're watching some Russian guys down here that we assume they can't read. And they're going up a do not enter sign on this very steep section of the trail. So that was entertaining. I thought they were gonna ram into my truck, but the mountain goats are right up there. He's active again. He's keeping his eye out on us. We're not gonna get any closer because we don't want to spook them. They're bedding down for the day.
Before we head out, I'm making some field repairs to my drone. And while I'm reinforcing my props, I can't help but see what's happening in the distance.
Do you see how close they are?
Yeah, and I'm so confused by it. I'm recording it too, just in case there's something good.
Our foreign tourists continue to blow my mind. I've dealt with aggressive mountain goats in the backcountry before, and I was way farther away than this. Perhaps these majestic animals can sense their calm, inebriated demeanor. Whatever it is, I'll be mystified by this moment for the rest of my life. Before heading back down the trail, I'm getting an opportunity to watch a fellow 4th Gen Tacoma make the final descent down Red Cone Pass. This looks to be incredibly steep and is completely made of loose rock. This truck that I've put together is heavy, so sliding on rock aside, I've only got 4 cylinders for engine braking. So this is not only going to be a good test for a heavy vehicle going down loose rock, but it's also going to be a test of the hybrid system's regenerative braking. And just as we're getting into the big rocks along this trail, Jesse has informed me that his air compressor isn't working. A malfunctioning air compressor leaves him without either of his diff lockers.
This trail's pretty good.
Your lockers on?
Here's the deal with the new Tacoma. These things have the torque of a V8 at very low RPMs.
There you go, you're out. Turn faster.
Modulating that torque in 4 low is actually kind of difficult. I find that crawl control is sometimes necessary to maintain a constant speed. I'm in a situation where I'm glad that I have the come-up winch. But I'd be lying if I said that getting caught right here doesn't have me already thinking about a long travel suspension in the rear end of this thing. It looks like, per usual, Jesse's full send mentality is going to outperform me the entire way up this trail.
Ooh. Hitting rock rails.
I think that was your trailing arm, not real sure.
Yeah, if that was my trailing arm, then that just got bent in half.
This weekend is all about proving to myself that this new truck can do the same kinds of trails that my FJ did, all with a camper on the back of it. There's a trade-off to building a truck like this. It's never going to be a rock crawler, nor do I need it to be. But I do need it to be functional enough to get me where I want to go. And while this thing is definitely slower going than the FJ is, the trade-offs of having the truck bed, at least for me, are worth it.
Lockers almost jammed me up there too.
Yeah, no lockers isn't fun, but at least I can pull you if we need to. You have so much more clearance than I do. It's like 6 inches, I swear. She's pretty low hanging. But yeah, I don't think that got bent.
Yeah, I think it was like right underneath the shock.
Oh, okay.
Back here, that hanger.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I have skids for those too, but they won't fit with the suspension, so I should have got on the ball with making that work. That's all right. It will.
It's on, right?
My rear locker did a lot of the heavy lifting on this obstacle. And I've known Jesse long enough to know that I should be excited to watch him go up this with open diffs. It's not the most mechanically friendly way to get up something, but honestly, I could learn a few things from Jesse's driving style.
You had a different tire up in the air by like 2 feet.
Yeah, I was just letting her eat because there wasn't a whole lot of traction.
That one, I wish I had a camera set up on the front too, because Jesse was getting some air on those tires. The way he's climbing stuff. It's astounding that Jesse has never broken an axle, and that's how he drives. And his Toyota, that old 4-cylinder, that thing has been a tried and true machine, that's for sure. Actually, none of us have ever broken an axle out here, but I should probably not talk about that because I don't want to jinx us.
This adventure is brought to you by Onyx Offroad. I typically prefer a surprise when I head out and into the mountains, but in this situation I was looking for a specific kind of trail. I wanted rocks, maybe a little bit of mud, and a chance to use the winch. Using the Onyx Offroad app, I found that Red Cone was the perfect place to test this thing out. I plan all of my trips with Onyx Offroad, and if you want to give it a shot, scan the QR code or check out the link in the description below. Along this route, we've really been hoping to run into some campsites, but everything we found has been hidden away in the trees with no views of the surrounding landscape. So we just continue pushing forward to see what we can find around the next bend. At this point in the trail, however, I'm starting to lose hope that we're going to be able to camp up here. But whether we're staying the night up here tonight or not, we can still enjoy the views along the way.
All right, me and Jesse made it to the top of Red Cone. It's one of the few times I'm actually sharing where a trail is because it's already so packed that it doesn't matter anyway. But it's honestly, it's kind of like a little San Juan. You can see so much in the distance, and I mean, all that's pretty cool too. But honestly, the more you go that way, the less people you're going to see on the trails. This one was a lot of side-by-sides, a lot of dirt bikes, a lot of Jeeps. I think a lot of people coming from the city.
Yeah, once we got on the Red Cone loop though, it wasn't quite as many, but
Yeah.
it is pretty rough.
Yep. Yeah, this is a pretty gnarly trail. It was a cool one to see though, man. It was fun. Beer cans everywhere as you travel up here. I've seen them every time we've stopped at any obstacle. There's people, throw it in my trash-roo.
Yep.
But yeah, people are assholes. Oh, here we go. Rest in peace, Hulk Hogan.
He's already on there, huh?
It's already on there. It's about to get a freshie. We're watching a bunch of side-by-sides way over here. You won't be able to see it on this lens, but they are ripping across the snow up there. There's a bunch of them.
Yeah, like 20 of them.
All right, well, let's go find camp, Jesse.
Sounds good.
This was a good one.
Now for butt puckering.
Butt puckering. Yep, this is gonna be intimidating.
This is the start of the loose descents that are between 30 and 35 degrees. If the trail were wet, we'd be having a very different experience right now. But so far, our heavy trucks are slipping far less than I anticipated. My brakes a little too much, but outside of that, I'll consider this a win.
Okay, so I brought an uni pizza oven out here. Told Jesse I was gonna make him dinner, but our dough didn't rise enough, so I'm using the engine heat. So we need to give those about an hour to rise a little bit more. I thought they were gonna do it in the back of the truck today, but it just wasn't hot enough. And then that is what we're on top of today. We're camped pretty close to where we were last night, but a little bit better of a spot, I think. held up pretty good, all things considered.
Yep, surprisingly though.
As I stated earlier, this is a very busy trail.
What the fuck is this?
Not pro enough to spin them. No way.
Temperature's dropping quick.
Yeah, it is.
Ooh.
No way. Hell yeah, man. Living in the future, Jesse.
Oh, it's fast.
Well, that looks amazing to me.
Ooh, that's stinky.
There she goes.
You know?
Yeah, it's not very good.
The area surrounding Red Cone Pass provides incredible views of the night sky. In places like this, it's become pretty typical for me to get out the night vision and take a closer look at what's going on up there. Never gets old to see the sky through this lens.
Sleep's hitting you pretty hard over there, Jesse.
Yep. I'm tired.
All right, so I'm trying to be pretty quiet because Jesse went to sleep and I'm right across from him. But anyway, I've got the camera going out there and it is cold, man. I mean, it gets cold in Colorado, but it seems like this year it's been colder at night. It was 41 degrees when I got in here. So I've got the fire going. It's one of those things you don't need it, but it sure is nice when you have it. Going up into a tent isn't the end of the world, but it's definitely not as comfortable. And this is such a small amount of space, but it's pretty ideal for what I'm doing anyway. So I'm gonna hang out in here while I'm waiting for my camera to finish up on some astrophotography. We did learn today that I made the right decision on getting the short bed truck. If I had the long bed, today would have been a very different, it would have been very hard to get up some of this.
This new truck is never going to be a rock crawler, but it can get me into places like this, and that is all I'm ever going to ask for. As always, thank you so much for watching, and click one of the videos in the corner to check out more of our adventure, off-road, and overland related content.